It has been an incredibly busy couple of weeks for Xbox. They have been busy revealing games. And there's one truth that I keep coming back to about everything that's transpired. Xbox revealing all these amazing games that we're going to get to play over the next few years. The fact that they had one of their best showcases potentially ever. It's that Xbox proved everybody wrong. Let's get into it right now. The one thing that I keep coming back to with this story is that everybody was doubting Xbox. I was going to make a joke saying, playing a clip of myself doubting Xbox, because even I was kind of wondering, like, what is going on? You know, you've been promising all these games for so long, but there were even bigger implications than just me wondering what was happening at the company. There were reports, actually, that at GDC, Chris String heard from a major company who released a big game last year that they don't know why they even bother supporting Xbox since the majority of sales are on PS5 and PC. He also heard that Xbox is now putting less focus on Game Pass. Now, this came out in March. So just 2 months later, we got so many titles announced as day one on Game Pass. And even Michael Pachter came out and said after the conference, he said, I lost count, but there were at least 7 or 8 of these that said play it day one on Game Pass. Aaron Greenberg said, can understand anyone losing count, Pachter. It was actually 18 games that said play it day one with Game Pass. It includes Call of Duty, Indiana Jones, Gears of War E-Day, Doom, The Dark Ages, Avowed, Flight Simulator, Stalker 2, Age of Mythology, Fable, Mixtape, Perfect Dark, Expedition 33, South of Midnight, State of Decay 3, Wu Chang, Fallen Feathers, Flintlock. I actually don't know what that one is. Anyway, this cute one, it's the mouse game. It looks like the story, like Five Goes West sort of. Anyway, Adamfall. It's can I read it? Winter Burrow was the name of that game. What an astounding showcase. But yeah, Michael Pachter like lost count, but his synopsis or his takeaway from all of that was, I know many of you are skeptical, but if Microsoft keeps up the pace and adds Activision Blizzard catalog to the mix, Game Pass is likely to see a big spike in subscribers. The one thing I wanted to see somebody ask is about World of Warcraft ever coming to Game Pass. I think that would be huge. I think that would be a big driver in terms of getting people on Game Pass, because if you're a WoW subscriber, you're obviously going to make the jump. But I have to imagine there's some sort of trade-off analysis there. And on that note, I'm always glad when you listen in, and with Raycon's new earbuds, my sultry tones will sound better than ever. That's because Raycon just launched their upgraded model of the best-selling everyday earbuds that offer everything you love about Raycon and more. With an ergonomic design and multi-point connectivity that lets you connect with up to 2 devices at once, Raycon has a lot of features an audio pro needs. Active noise cancellation, a 32-hour battery life, which is a huge feature for me, and they are weatherproof, so if I'm doing work outside, I don't need to worry about sweat or rain ruining them. These are great for listening to Asmongold's latest hot take or the latest Kinda Funny podcast on the go, and they fit so perfectly, I often forget that they're there. Interested? Click the link in the description box or go to buyraycon.com/DestinL to get 15% off your Raycon purchase, plus free shipping. And now, back to the show. In addition to all that great news, thank you to Raycon, by the way, for sponsoring this episode. Wario just had a nice little breakdown of all the consoles. Xbox Series console prices. Xbox Series S, 1 terabyte in Robot White, will now be $349.99. The Xbox Series X all digital, they knocked about $50 off the price, $449.99. The Xbox Series X 2 terabyte Galaxy Black Special Edition is $599.99. And I do like this particular unit. It reminds me of this Halo. Can you see it in the full camera shot? Yeah. It reminds me of this Halo unit a little bit. And it looks like they have added the 2-tone controller to the mix. I like that they're doing this. And these were the rumored console refreshes that were in the FTC documentation. So now we have an idea of what that is going to look like. The big takeaway that I had was that Xbox has a killer lineup coming, and another way that they sort of prove people wrong well, they prove a lot of us wrong with, was Perfect Dark. Perfect Dark looks excellent, first of all. It is a first-person secret agent thriller in a near-future world, taking inspiration from elements of the first two games, but crafted an entirely new story and universe. Single-player experience with missions. Missions present players with an objective, but let them figure out how they want to achieve it. Takes in elements of first-person shooters, immersive sims, parkour, and stealth action. Gadgets are a pillar. Multiple combat options, lethal and non-lethal weaponry, close quarters combat, abilities that allow you to take down multiple enemies at once, and more. Missions can be approached loud or go quiet, offering a risk-reward for both methods. The team wants to create a symphony of mechanics merging traversal, close quarters combat, gunplay, unlockable abilities, environmental elements, and gadgets. I am very excited about Perfect Dark. It blends a little bit of Mirror's Edge. It has a little bit of Deus Ex in there. This is one that I have long been saying, hey, I'm really worried about Perfect Dark. I am seeing nothing but studio departures. I don't know if this game is going to come together. There have been reports and discussions about how the studio had things under control, but I'm just going to believe it when I see it. And wow, did they come and show off what looks to be an awesome game. And a lot of the games that they showed were actually being shown in engine. That is very, very exciting stuff. Going back to Klobrille for just a second, Klobrille's a big Xbox fan. He made this image of the roadmap for what they have for studios. If you look at the 2024 section, you have Hellblade 2, that one's already out, Ara, Flight Simulator, Towerborn, Avowed, Age of Mythology, Indiana Jones, Call of Duty, Black Ops 6. That's just what we have for the rest of this year. I'm more interested in Avowed. They mentioned a few of the features. I'm definitely going to have to try that one out because it has been a talking point of mine for so long, and it is important that these games come out and come together in an impactful way. But then next year, 2025, South of Midnight, Fable, Doom the Dark Ages. It's believed to be Outer Worlds 2, Perfect Dark, State of Decay 3, Contraband, Clockwork Revolution, Gears of War E-Day, Elder Scrolls 6. Those are all in the coming years, potentially 2026, including OD Blade, the People Can Fly game, Everwild, and Project Mara. It's just nuts when you start looking at all the awesome stuff that we're going to get to play. And yeah, a lot of that is day one on Game Pass. I have to say that out of everything that was shown, this, like, look, we're all excited for Gears of War E-Day and the other games that were shown. I loved that they showed more of Metal Gear Solid Delta. I loved the Gears of War E-Day reveal, obviously, but I was really, really happy to see games like Expedition 33 on this list. It's right here. It's sort of this, like, artistic turn-based strategy game where they're trying to do turn-based combat but shake it up a little bit and add a little bit more of an interest or a new level to the gameplay mechanics that you're going to have to master with the product. And I really, really like that. Game Pass Tracker also got to take a look at some of the new console designs in person. You can see the white Xbox Series X. By the way, we talked about that and how it had leaked on this channel. We also have a look at the spacey sort of design and for the new 2 terabyte. And you got this just looks like a Series S basically at that point. And kind of wish I would have went to the Fan Fest. Everybody got like jackets. I don't know if I would wear a jacket, but the jackets are also really nice. Like they kind of went all out for this event. And then Bison also kind of broke down what we can expect. So I'm covering it up here. Maybe you can still read it in the smaller form. You got Black Ops. That is 2025. State of Decay 3, the Veilguard is fall 2024. Interesting. I know the Veilguard's getting roasted, but it was nice to see third parties on the stage. Shattered Space is 2024. Fallout 76 expansion. Expedition 33 is 2025. South of Midnight. He's like all over the place with these dates. I don't know what he's doing here. World of Warcraft is getting that big expansion. We don't know when Delta's coming out. Another Sea of Thieves thing. Flintlock. Age of Mythologies. We got the Diablo 4 expansion. By the way, that Diablo 4 trailer was really gruesome, for lack of a better term. not only do we have all of the Xbox stuff coming into Game Pass, which is a lot, we also have all these third-party games. And I'm going to be really interested to see how Game Pass is doing in a year, to see how Xbox is doing in a year from now. Now that they've kind of got the ball rolling, now that they kind of like put it all on the table and said, okay, why do you subscribe to Game Pass? Here's why. And they just knocked it out of the park with this amazing presentation. Long story short, I'm very happy with where Xbox is at. Real quick aside, Fragpunk was also revealed on their stage. I got to play Fragpunk at Summer Game Fest. I don't think the trailer does it justice. I'm really excited to get in and play more. It plays more like Valorant with cheat codes, like you get cheat codes and your opponents get cheat codes. I found it really fun. I found the gameplay loop to be really engaging. I don't think the trailer was a particularly good trailer, but I think the game is very fun. So don't sleep on Fragpunk. Revealed on the Xbox stage. It's coming 2025. You can wish list it now on Steam. And yeah, here's Expedition 33. Just look at the art style. I love where they're going with the art style. I'm going to do this. It's going to get bright. They are a very bright website. Like I'm very blown away by like the graphical quality of these characters, like just the lighting on their hair, their costume designs. Like I'm very curious to see how this all comes together. It's a reactive turn-based battle system. This is probably the one I'm most intrigued on. Like I'm already sold on Doom. I'm already sold on a lot of the properties that are coming with this particular expansion. But this is one that had me really excited because it's a new take on a genre that I love. Yeah, I don't really know what else to go over. I mean, we could focus on Gears of War E-Day for a second. It is awesome to see, you know, Marcus Phoenix and his bro Dom hanging out again. It's just Gears of War. You're fighting for survival against the Locusts. They talk about in this interview how they want to make Locusts basically a terrifying opponent again. And when you look at just how crazy good these graphics are looking, this is one of those trailers where they took the assets, rendered out everything in game, and we got to look at what these characters are going to be facing. I set it on unlock, but I hope we get the Chainsaw Lancer. Like the first time it's built, you fire it up and you just chainsaw a locust right in half. I don't know how they would set that up, but yeah. And one thing that weirded me out that I haven't seen anybody talk about. Oops, this is the promo image that they're showing for Perfect Dark, right? Like to me, I'm like, okay, that's Joanna Dark. She's got the red hair, the sort of swoop look, but the main image that they show in the trailer, she's like blonde. And I'm wondering, like, is this a misdirect? Is this like not Joanna Dark, because they refer to her as Dark? Is it another character we're being introduced to? And then we're going to find out the real Joanna. Time will tell. Long story short, though, this conference that Xbox held, it was absolutely phenomenal. It came at the right time. Xbox has had nothing but bad PR for a long time. Phil Spencer was on the IGN Live show, and he addressed a lot of that, like about how he was obviously focused on the people that have been affected by the recent layoffs. And faith was at an all-time low for Xbox. And then Xbox really came and brought the heat at a time when I feel like the community really needed a reason to be hyped for Xbox, and they brought it. Now, time will tell if these games are bangers, but I am very excited by what I saw. There is no doubt about that. Hey, if you like my content, do consider hitting that subscribe button, hitting that bell, and let me know what you thought about the conference in the comments below. I do appreciate it. I know I have been like just AFK for too long. I've been playing Destiny 2 The Final Shape. I've had a ton of work to catch up on, and the summer events. Hopefully I can get back to a more regular cadence. A big thank you to the members. I greatly appreciate you supporting the channel. If you would like to do so, hit that join button. Thank you so much to everybody who has continued to support. I do need to update the list. I'm going to get out of here. Be sure to check out my reaction to all the news that happened right before this happened with PlayStation, because they also have had a bit of a shakeup. And I will see you for the next one. Bye for now, everybody.